guys, I'm Steven. I'm co-creator of Regel, and I'm here with Paul from No Regrets channel on YouTube. We're going to talk today a little bit about Regel.
Steven, I'm sure my viewers have lots of questions because this is a product that we've had the rep out and do some training with him, about a month ago? Maybe 2 months ago.
It's been a couple months now, yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, we got to meet Brian and go over the product and do a lot of product. And then you've done videos now really diving in and using the product on different
I have. I've done quite a few boats and a lot of different fiberglass projects to learn it and make sure that it's what I want it to be and that it's everything that we need for our boats.
Another thing that I want people to understand, this isn't an all see all fix all easy, you know what I'm saying? Like there is work involved in putting the product on, right? Yes or no?
Yeah. So Regel is a two-part actual gel coat restoration. So this is not it's not a ceramic, it's not a wax, and it's not an oil-based shine. This is a permanent redo of your gel coat that can be wiped on. It's two parts, and we'll go through exactly how it works. But what questions do you have about it? So as far as the ease, you had said, you want to jump right into exactly how you do it, or do you want to, what questions would you think your viewers would really want to know?
I think the biggest question is, they can go online. Is there a website, or how do they purchase it?
Yeah, regelmyboat.com or regelyourboat.com. And then if you're a viewer of Paul, you're going to get a discount. You can use No Regrets, either one word No Regrets or no space regrets, and you'll get a 10% discount just for being a loyal viewer of Paul's channel. So the website's full of all of our stuff, and we do sell a lot of different detailing products and things like that. But what we're specifically talking about today is Regel because it's by far the superstar of what we have. There's nothing in the industry like it. This is, again, this is not a ceramic. It's not an oil-based thing. It's not a temporary solution. This is a permanent redo. If you have oxidized gel coat, this is for you. So think a boat that's sat in the sun for 5 or more years that starts to look not shiny anymore. You got choices, right? The choices that you have usually involve buffing with compound and then re-waxing, or even if it's really bad, potentially wet sanding, buffing, waxing, etc. The problem with that program is, number one, it's very laborious and difficult because a boat is usually a lot of surface area. Some of these big boats really are tough. But beyond that, once you do all that, yeah, your shine can come back and it looks pretty good. The problem is you've done nothing to add UV protection back to your boat other than your top layer of wax, which is okay. But what our product has is it's packed full of UV protectors that actually bake into your gel coat that you have and rejuvenate your gel coat. So when you're done, if you want to still wax it or ceramic coat it and add another layer of protection on top, that's great. Give us 30 days, let it completely dry, let it completely cure. It'll dry to touch where you can take your boat out the next day. But give us 30 days and let it completely dry and everything, and then you can wax or do whatever you want to do. But this is a permanent solution, Paul.
So what I've seen too is it really creates that, it almost looks like a brand new gel coat.
It
and
does.
When you run your finger across it, it gives it that really glass type smooth finish. For so easy to rinse the salt off.
It is.
So for your hull or your superstructure or whatever, and in my opinion, this looks like it could be a fairly just a price-friendly way of restoring gel coat instead of spending, because a paint job on one of these boats can cost as much as I've seen as $100,000 to
sure, on a big boat.
Yeah, this boat right here, the hull was painted on this boat right here. I think it was about $18,000 to just paint the hull.
Yeah, I mean, from the rub rail down, I believe it was more like 20 or 20 something.
Something. Okay, yeah, to do that. But if they could have just put the gel, this Regel on there. And I don't want to break down and hold you down to a price, but what would you say the kit would cost to do a hull like this on this 4788?
Oh, I think a hull on this this is roughly a 52-foot boat overall length. Less than $500, somewhere in that $500 to $600
in product.
In product, correct.
Yeah.
Now, again, I don't know what the hull on this particular boat looked like before I bought it, but you know, it's not going to fix scratches and gouges, because what it's going to do is it's going to make your gel coat, whatever condition it's in, it's going to lock it in and make it look newish again. Like it's going to shine. It's going to bring back the porosity is what you were talking about earlier. So porosity is as your gel coat, the sun fades the UV protection, and it's actually so if you let it go long enough, it turns to where when you rub it, you got like a white chalky, right? Yeah. So what this is doing is we'll get into the process of how you do it later, but we get some of that off with our prep, and then when we do our regel, we're actually burning it right into that, and we're creating that layer. That's why when you said earlier about the hydrophobic properties, it is because what it's doing is taking all those micro holes, and our regel is actually filling all those holes with a clear gel coat. And the clear gel coat, which will not yellow, by the way, it actually fills in all of those holes with UV protected gel coat. So when you're done with that, yes, it is easier to wash. The brush is going to go over it quicker. The salt's not going to soak in. It's not going to be white on your hands, and it's going to shine.
I believe, from the testing and the product, and all of the homework that I've seen, I think it could revolutionize. But I also think that there are people that will use it improperly because there are certain conditions you can't do it in, right?
There's a couple catches. The biggest catch that we found so far is temperature. So being a two-part kit, this is a catalyzed mix. So when you mix it up, your working time is a couple hours. So that's not really a big problem. But it can be a problem if it's super hot. So we know if you're a big boat like this, you're going to have to pick the right time of year to do it or the right day to do it. 80 degrees is pretty much our threshold. If you're below 80 degrees, no problem. Actually, the cooler that it is, the better. All the way down to 50 degrees is fine.
Nice.
So that's not a problem. But 80 degrees and higher, what happens is, as you put the regel on, the solvents release in order, okay? The chemical reaction that's happening needs to go off in a certain order, and over 80 degrees, it happens too fast. Now, are you going to ruin your boat? No. But are you going to create potentially more work for yourself in the future? Potentially, because it may streak and it may not lay out just right. It's not going to hurt anything. You're not going to ruin your boat or anything crazy like that. It's just not going to give you the result you're looking for if you rush it. I know that because when we first got the product, we were pretty geeked up on a hot day, and we tried some, and it streaked, and it's just one of those things. We just basically cleaned it and redid it again, and it's fine. So that's one catch.
And then you wipe the product on, right? You just kind
correct. So let's get into talking about exactly how we do it.
I think I got some video of that. Let's show them.
We can show the video while we talk about it. But so on this video, what we're going to do is we're going to wash the boat. We give you a pre-cleaner, which is basically a really clean wash. Doesn't have any crazy stuff in it that's going to stick with the boat. And it's going to remove all of the environmental toxins off your boat. You're going to wash it just like normal. After you wash it, you're going to take our cleaner and a Scotch-Brite pad, which we provide in our kit, and you're going to basically wash it just like you're washing a car or whatever with the Scotch-Brite. You don't have to get crazy. This is not where Pawpaw needs a bunch of elbow grease in there or anything crazy like that. Just wipe it down. And what we're doing is we're creating a mechanical scratch that's very, very small, and we're also removing that top layer of chalk, especially on boats that have chalk on them, because we want to get some of that off there because it's dead. That's a lot of dead gel coat. We're going to remove that and rinse it off. Okay, after the boat dries, we're on step 3 technically. Step 3 is, again, we provide it, but we have a wax and grease remover, and we have towels that we provide you, a whole bag of towels, and we want you to go through and wipe the entire boat down. Okay, after you're done wiping it down, you're to the fun part. This is where you take your 2-part mix, and it's an 8-to-1 ratio, and you've got a mixing cup, and you'll fill it up, and we can show you that on the video here too. But you'll fill your mix up 8-to-1, and then you can take a sponge, which also we provide. We do show you on the tips and tricks. I encourage you guys to watch the true install video. I'll give you some tips and tricks on a couple boats that I did extensive installation processes on. There's a few things, little things that, like our application pad, it's cotton, okay? Cotton has little pieces of cotton. You can take some tape and clean that off. Just a little tip, but anyway. You'll take that and you dip it in the regel with gloves on, because this stuff is, being 2-part, this is a hot mix, okay? This is not something you want in your skin, and technically, if you're really not in an open air thing, regardless, you should wear a respirator. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Depends on the mood, I guess, we're in. But then you're taking the product in, you're going to wipe it on your gel coat, starting at one end of your boat and wipe it on. The key is kind of like painting or staining something. What you want to do is keep a wet edge. You want to keep it wet to where it almost is running, but not quite running. Okay, if it's too thin, it will streak, and you'll have to put it on a little, you'll know you need more Regel. If it's too thick and it runs, it will most likely self-level, because our system is set up, again with this, that's where the 80-degree deal comes in. As the Regel soaks in, it self-levels out to be a smooth finish on your boat. On the sides of the boat, that's the toughest. So I recommend start on your horizontal surfaces first. Do your vertical surfaces last, because once you get the touch, it's not bad.
And then, but pick small areas too.
Yeah, pick small areas. You don't have to do the whole boat at the same time.
Right. You prep it all.
You can prep it all.
Then you gel this section, then this section.
Correct. And again, start with those horizontal surfaces. They're going to make you feel like a rock star right away, because, and you can go over your non-skid, you can go over your decks, you can go over anything that's made out of fiberglass is appropriate for this. It's not going to make your non-skid decks slick and everything like that. It's not going to take away your non-skid. It's just going to micro fill it in. And it's going to make it super easy to wash. It's not going to make it hold that dirt and grime and be so difficult to wash like they are. So that's really good. So anyway, we're going to take that and wipe it over. The key with it is this. If you miss a spot, don't worry. Leave it. Don't go back and try to touch it up. Because again, once our process starts and our solvents begin to release, we don't want to go back and touch it, because we've got a chemical reaction we created. And if we do, then the chain is different where you are versus where you put the new. Even if it's 30 seconds or a minute later, just let it be. It's super easy the next day to touch it up. And what you do to touch it up is you'll take your Scotch-Brite that you used the day before, just basically right around that area, just dress it a little bit with it, wax and grease remove it, and then touch it up, the whole thing again. You can go over the area you did and the area you missed. It will all blend right in together. You won't see it. It's super clear, and it's just going to give you another layer. You can do your boat twice if you want 2 layers. Makes it thicker. It's going to last longer. An average one wipe, it's going to give you at least 3 years worth of protection, UV and sealed.
Nice.
Again, it's not going to yellow. The only thing it's going to do, what you're going to know when it's worn out, is you'll start to see the UV is losing its effectiveness, and the shine starts to dull. 5 to 7 years later, you're probably going to need to do it again. But, compared to buffing your boat, you're at 6 months to a year if you leave it outside.
Yeah,
I think it's a great,
I think
it's a great trade.
Yeah, I think in the end, in another year or so, when after we start seeing the application and the usage, it's going to go like wildfire. Because a lot of people want that new looking. Buying one of these old boats, and it doesn't matter. It could be a center console. It could be a jet ski. It could be
a bass boat with glitter. A couple of the videos I've done, bass boats that are just look like they're ready for the crusher, according to their gel coat. You should watch the video. It is absolute. The guy that I did the first boat for, that had a bass boat, when he picked it up, he almost dropped his Coke and said, "That's not my boat." And I said, "That's your boat," and it's impressive.
Yeah, it really is to see one. And okay, Steve. So we've talked about the application. We've talked about getting the code for the No Regrets code, and it really helps us track too the sales and everything.
It does.
And what is the after like? If somebody applies this all correctly and everything goes pretty smooth, what is the aftercare for it?
Good question. So it's basically what you should be doing to your boat to wash it anyway. We want a pH neutral wash, which we do sell that wash as well. And our wash is going to be very, very competitive, like all of our products. Really a good value. Wash it with a pH neutral, no abrasive type wash. And you can dry it if you want, or you can just let it air dry, no problem. You can wax it. You can ceramic coat it. It's going to provide more UV protection on top of that. Nice. No problem at all. You can put it right over your stripes and decals, so there's no worries with that. As far as aftercare though, your care is going to be easier because, again, the more holes you have in your boat, whether they're micro holes or pots, that's where your dirt is going to stick. That's where mold and mildew sticks. We get the green on the side. We get the nasty looking stuff. That's where scuffs are easier to put on because it's got somewhere to grab. Whereas once we've regeled the boat, I'm not going to tell you can't scuff it because you still can. A rub rail is going to scuff something, but it's going to be a smoother transition.
Correct. And so then I think the product's going to be amazing. I think it's going to change the industry. I think we're going to start seeing some of these older boats that can bring them back at a reasonable price instead of spending, because some of these guys spend between, let's say, $40,000 and $150,000 on these boats, and just about everyone, even, you know, I've seen a lot of deliveries lately. The Hatteras, the Bayliner, all could use this
those
product.
candidates are perfect.
Yeah, they're absolutely perfect for it. Even the Bayliner or the Hatteras had that little white chalk on it, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is the perfect Regel, because it has plenty of gel coat left, a lot of color. It's not in bad shape, not too bad a shape, and then
the darker your color, the more you're gonna just be blown away. If you've got a black, red, dark blue, green, any of those colors, and you put this on, it is going to be a markable change. It will blow blow your mind what it can do. Now, the white, obviously, it makes it shiny. It makes it to where it doesn't rub off on your clothes when you're walking down the rail. But it's not as remarkable of a difference as far as the visual. But again, it's still sealing it up and doing the exact same thing.
Same thing. Thank you so much, and it's been we've got a lot of work done to the. I joke around and call this the $1 million Bayliner. We've done a lot of projects on it this week, and working together, and then talking about Regel, and actually doing a couple little projects. But I need to wrap this up, and what do they? Let's talk about the code one more time.
Sure. So if you're ready to make your boat look nice, go to regelmyboat.com or regelyourboat.com. Put in code No Regrets. You'll get a 10% discount for knowing Captain Paul, and make your boat look new again. I mean, we're excited to see all of your after photos, so send them to us. And thank you for having me. And I'm really excited. I think you guys are gonna be the first people that change the industry, because this is gonna be probably the biggest product for boats that we've had in years.
I think so too. It really, and a lot of people that I deal with want this. Do you know what I'm saying? So, all right, Stephen. Thank you so much for this opportunity and letting our viewers be some of the first people to do this product, because I think it's going to be revolutionary, and I think it's going to change the market. I really do.
I do too, and I appreciate you having me, and I'm excited to partner with you, because I think a lot of you, and I believe that this fits in perfect with your crew, and I believe that I am excited because your viewers are going to be the first to make their boats look super nice and really last longer for a really good budget.
And another thing, if anybody's buying the product, and I want you to contact me personally.
Use No Regrets too.
Yeah,
get your 10% discount. No space regrets or no regrets. We try to make it easy. You'll get 10% off just.
And he'll know that. And then sometime I want to get in contact, because I'd like to come take pictures of some of the ones we've done when they're done. Anyway, peace out. Remember, live life with no regret. I do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I can't do this channel without you. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me anytime you want.
Thanks, guys.
All right.